Nasal recording. 1 2
Nasal
1 2.
recording is the same as any other recording,
But it's right in front of my nose.
so it's ASMR.
It's in my mouth.
ASMR.
It's in my mouth.
ASMR. Nasal recording on our
This-
podcast. What's up, guys? Welcome to Weighty Topics, the place where life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness meets my cousin's dad's garage.
Facts.
So I'm gonna keep it a buck. We're not gonna work out tonight,
We never do.
but we do have a topic. What's our topic for tonight?
Today's topic is question. What was your best childhood memory?
We've been over this.
No, we haven't.
we have.
The people need to know, and I forgot.
Fair enough. The best childhood memory.
Yeah. Like, what was a day or a moment in your childhood when you look back and you're like, wow, that was a good time. And I know you haven't, because like as soon as I said that, something popped into your head. And you might be like, that's not the best memory I have, but it's the one you think of. I'd be like, that's the one.
I don't know. I don't feel like there's any good that stands out. It sounds sad to say out loud.
What was a good time you had
A good time.
that like you vividly remember?
I mean, cumulatively, the up at the property, just being a kid, riding my bikes around. That was pretty good.
Facts. I wish we rode bikes more often up at the land.
Y'all were gone for those summers.
I wasn't really there.
Yeah.
You remember though, at Milford, you guys living in Milford, we used to ride bikes around the little half circle by the flea market.
Yeah. No, that was great.
That was good. I
Oh.
chased Josie down once and put a stick in her spokes.
That's the way to go. I mean,
She made me mad that day. That was my bad.
looking back, the stupidest things.
Stupidest stuff.
No, but just being a kid, I guess. The answer to your question is being a kid. My memories of being a kid. And then we came up here a couple times. We went ice skating on the back pond.
I remember the ice skating. Up here or
yeah.
like up at the foundation hole?
I don't remember the foundation hole much. I know we went there a couple winters, but I don't remember much.
Yeah.
I remember up here. I mean, obviously before we moved in.
Yeah.
To our house.
Which one?
The one that has a pond.
The current one.
Right. The only one that has a pond.
Oh, I didn't know which one you're talking about.
Just talk about ice skating.
Oh, yeah, well, fair. I remember back in the day, we used to have feuds, man. You remember the kid feuds? You remember
it was always capture the flag.
Dude, all the things, like some part of it has to be exposed. From what angle? So someone would like stack it up in a pile of bricks with like a little bit showing from the top.
Let's be fair.
It was like
Joe's used to stacking a pile of bricks with a little corner showing from the top.
Oh yeah.
And then Abigail would
Abigail
out about it.
Abigail always. Now listen. Sometimes Abigail took it too far because she was just like didn't know how to have fun. And
But she was right though.
Abigail, if you're listening to this, which I know you eventually will be, you were wrong a couple of times.
No, you were right.
But Josie was wrong probably a lot more times. So that balances out.
When Abigail was wrong,
it was rare. I just feel like she
could have been not right sometimes, for sure.
And
she didn't have to be right all the time.
Here is my theory.
I don't get why we're complaining about Abigail now.
Abigail is fine. Abigail, you're one of my best people. You're awesome. But when we were kids, the stupid amount of feuds we had over like capture the flag, like literally
It
nothing.
was capture the flag and freeze tag. Those are the two.
Freeze tag, I was the problem. I was the problem at freeze tag.
Did you move?
No,
Were you one of the people that moved?
I had an active imagination, and I told myself I was a superhero whose superpower was that he couldn't be frozen. So yes, I moved. I never stopped moving. I was wrong a lot. I was like, no, it doesn't count. I'd run around behind it like remember the old dump truck at the shoebox?
Yeah.
I would hide behind the dump truck until people were frozen. I'd run out. I'd rescue them, but it didn't count because I was technically frozen like 10 times.
I bashed a tooth out on the back of Josie's head on the trampoline at that shoebox.
I remember the trampoline at the shoebox. The first time we got the trampoline, I don't know where we got it, but that thing had some bounce to it.
When did you guys end up getting rid of that? I don't remember. Did you ever guys set it up here?
We broke it down and brought it here, and it just we never put it up.
Okay, because I never remember it here.
No, but we had the Olympic style trampoline. Remember we used to have that in the garage? It didn't have like any fencing around it. So Dad would break it out occasionally because it folded up. And that thing had some major bounce to it, but it was like you couldn't bounce too far or you'd fall off because we were kids.
Bounce, Abigail's trampoline was the best way. Like just pure height.
Maybe when we were kids, but the one you guys have now when it was younger?
Yeah. I mean, Abigail's trampoline is a lot older and has lost a
lot of springs, and it still has some sprawling.
It does have some sprawling.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is? You know what it is? And it's the same thing that's the problem why your trampoline now doesn't bounce very good. Spring length.
It doesn't have the sprawling.
Spring length.
Exactly. That's the sprawling. That's what it's called.
Yeah, but is that the technical term?
The technical term for the ratio of length of spring to bounce height is called sprawling. Ours is like 2 to 1. Yours is like by 4 to 1. It's a good ratio.
Ours is dead now.
Used to
you see it recently?
No, but you guys used to pile. Well, we used to pile on there.
Yeah,
to be fair,
I threw you out and ripped up the.
That was a fun day. We used to actually have fun there, just like stupid amounts of wrestling. That was dumb. I do love our childhood. I do love our childhood.
Our childhood was good.
Okay, so you remember when you guys were living over on Mary Brown Road, right? I remember the day we did the thing where like there were we all did like game stations.
Yeah,
Uncle John ran one. It was awesome. I remember like it was like that was like a feast of some kind. I feel like or trumpets or something.
Spring, I think.
Okay, maybe I think it was on leaven bread.
Yeah,
and the day before.
Yeah, it must have been. I think it was.
Yeah, because it was a high day or something.
Yeah,
because I think we came over for brunch that day.
Could have been the Sunday.
It could have been a brunch day, but that was
the Sunday during the feast though. It was not a.
That must have been around 2013, 2012.
Joshua was born in 2013.
Well, here's the thing.
No, it was the spring of 2014. No,
I thought you guys moved in 14.
We did, so it must have been 13.
Because the year after 14, you moved to the house you are now. Because you guys moved up to, like, Airport Road there.
Winnie Hill, yeah.
Winnie Hill. And then you moved to the house you currently are in 2015.
Yep.
And that's
so 20. We were there.
And that's when Caroline was born.
Right. 2015. Year and a half. So we moved the spring of 2014. Probably before then. So it was probably the spring of 2013. Yeah.
Cassie, the day Cassie was, or Mom was in labor for Cassie, we went up to your house on Mary Brown Road. I remember this because Uncle Dan came by, came by and took all the kids, took all of us, and went there because he was like, "We just get him out, my mom's hair," and we just had a grand old time on the bench talking about crime, Father's Day, Mother Day. and we all had fun in the pool. I came in and your dad opened up his flip phone and showed me a picture of like a baby. I was like, he's like, you know who that is? I was like, it's a baby. He's like, yeah, you know who it is? I was like, no. It's like, it's your little sister. I was like, I don't have a little sister. It's like, you do now. And then it hit me. And I was like, oh, okay.
Little Simeon putting
Yeah.
2 and 2 together.
I didn't have put 2 and 2 together. But,
How old are you? You were like
2013. Let's see. 7.
7.
Yeah, was young.
Okay, 7's dumb.
7's dumb. 13 is dumb.
13 is the dumbest.
So dumb. 13 to 14,
Well, 13
15. It's like the 13 to 15 range. You get really dumb.
The reason you get dumber then is because you think you aren't dumb. And that
Exactly.
makes
You start to think
twice as much dumb.
Apparently, studies show that there are pathways. Your brain is making new pathways, and in doing so, it shuts some down.
Oh, so you literally are dumber.
You literally are dumber
Oh,
in that age range.
makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, and that's why, especially young men, get really, really stupid. You have to hit them.
Yeah,
I'm not advocating violence.
but beat your kids.
Sometimes you just give them a little slap. You ever hear the Sean Connery thing? It was like Sean Connery talking about women or something in the 60s. And he's like, yeah, you're starting to get a line, you gotta give him a little slap. This is on national television.
Some of those dudes just don't care.
No, he did not.
Those guys, they don't care. They'll say whatever comes into their head.
Do you think Sean Connery is the best James Bond? Have you ever watched Sean Connery as James Bond?
No.
Me neither. So I'm just gonna say Daniel Craig because I have seen him.
Daniel Craig though is
Daniel Craig does
Sean
a really
Connery
good job.
classic. I understand. I've seen clips or whatever. I understand that he's got the whole classic thing going for him.
Oh yeah.
But it's hard to argue with Daniel Craig
My
anything.
only problem is he didn't take his martinis shaken not stirred. Because they made a point to do that, and he said in the script, in the movie, like he's like, I don't care, or whatever it was.
That's messed up.
And that's messed up. It's like that's his thing. Can't change what's classic. I know they wanted to break boundaries or something, but
They're always trying to break boundaries. Stop breaking boundaries and just go back to what worked originally.
shaken not stirred. Everyone knows that phrase.
It doesn't.
It is-
Did you know it doesn't actually make any difference in the flavor profile? It's like left
isn't
versus
it
right
like-
Twix.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
exact same. Just people thinks it's different.
When you eat, what's the one?
Kit Kats.
No, the one with the Ripley side.
Oh,
Which one is that?
I think that's Twix. No,
It's
Snickers.
Snickers.
It's got the Snickers
You
vein.
put the Ripley side down when you eat it?
No,
Put it up?
you gotta put the vein up.
I don't know if that's what it's called, bud.
Look on the internet.
Well, the internet calls things a lot of things.
No, because the bottom part's flat.
Yeah.
And the bottom part just always goes on the bottom.
That's how I always eat it, but some people flip it upside down.
Okay, but some people are psychopaths.
Some people are questionable.
Some people are questionable.
You,
Do you break or bite your Kit Kats?
I'm a psychopath. I bite my Kit Kats.
Yeah,
I bite the 4, like when you have this thing of like 4 sticks.
What about
across,
like the big ones, like the
the
6 ones?
I take as many as I can fit in one bite.
That's
I bite
messed
into them
up.
sideways.
That's messed
So
up.
so there's like a little sliver of one left on each side because they're like going like I'm going. Like
what?
That.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you do that
Psychopath.
on purpose to freak people out?
Yes.
Okay, that
It's
makes sense.
strictly for reaction.
Look at
When I'm by myself, I break them up and eat them as they should be eaten.
Okay. That's me. I eat gum.
Gum?
So like you take a stick of gum,
Right.
you bite it in half. And you chew half of it for a couple seconds and then bite the other half again, and chew for a couple seconds, and then put the final one in your mouth like you're eating something.
But you're just gonna chew it.
Yeah, it's just gum. It freaks people out.
No, that doesn't bother me. I do that.
It makes them question their very existence. Well, do it and watch people.
I go into the cereal aisle and yell Fruit Loops, and that's it. You make it sound like a question, like Fruit Loops, and then you run over to the Fruit Loops, like a kid runs, you stare at the Fruit Loops, and I guarantee people move out of the aisle. They're just like, what is this kid doing?
A menace to society.
Menace to society.
Dennis the Menace.
You a left Twix or a right Twix guy?
They taste the same, and I've never paid attention, so I don't even know where on the packaging it says left or right.
It says it right. It says Twix, either left or right underneath the
Okay,
Twix.
never paid attention.
You're a psychopath.
They're exactly the same.
Which one would you pick if you had to pick one?
Left.
I would pick right. I do pick right. I'm a right Twix guy.
Apparently, I'm a left Twix guy, and I didn't even know it. They don't taste any different.
They do.
They don't.
They do.
They don't. If I brought
They
you a
taste
right
so-
Twix and a left Twix unwrapped, would you be able to tell me which one was which?
Absolutely, but I'd have to taste them.
You just want 2 Twixes.
This is an experiment. Don't question it.
Let's put it this way. You buy a left Twix and you buy a right Twix, and I'll take them out of the package and mix them up so I know which one they are and you don't.
Okay.
And then we'll try this.
We'll quiz this. We're going to need probably about 10 or 12 to find out, to collect correct data.
Right. Well, you can't just try one and one. You gotta have a control group.
Right.
You gotta have your variables. Scientific.
You like crunchy or chewy candy?
Both have their time and place.
Candy bars don't count in this.
Okay, what do you mean? What do you mean crunchy? Like hard candy?
Like has some crunch to it. Could be hard. Could just have like nuts in it, like peanut M&Ms. That's a crunchy candy. But it's got some soft chocolate, but it's crunchy candy.
Every candy has its place. Not every candy. Some candy is just nasty.
Facts.
I don't even know why people like some candy. I don't know. Anyway, but like crunchy versus soft, or like
chewy
sweet
versus
sour, chocolate versus fruit. It all has its place, and it depends.
I'm just asking generalities here.
Generality,
crunchy versus smooth.
Like crunchy versus smooth.
I mean, like a Sour Patch Kid is chewy.
Like we talking Twix versus Kit Kat?
No, because I technically think they're both crunchy. Doesn't Twix have nuts in it?
I mean, maybe like a Snickers, where like it's like soft.
It's soft, but it has like some crunch.
It does have crunch in it.
Like candy bars don't really count in this. This is a candy.
Is a Snickers a candy bar though?
A Kit Kat is the closest thing to candy. The rest are candy bars.
Okay. All right.
I feel like Kit Kat Bites would count as a candy.
Kit Kat Bite 100%. Or like Reese's Pieces.
That's a candy.
Reese's Pieces is a candy, but like the mini cups, the mini cup. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's candy.
Like the unwrapped ones in the bag.
That's candy. That's candy.
That's
candy.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because you eat a handful of it.
You can, yeah, for
if
sure.
If you eat a handful, that's candy. Is that where we're going for?
It has to be in a small enough size.
Okay.
And generally not individually wrapped, but there are some exceptions.
Like Starburst.
If they're small, yeah. Starburst.
Starburst is candy.
It's a candy, for sure. So where you
So it's got to be small enough that you can eat at least one in one bite without like being a pig.
Yeah. So chewy versus crunchy. What you take?
I think there are better chewy candies than there are hard candies.
1000% agree.
Crunchy candies.
1000%.
However, I'm not gonna diss any crunchy candy that I like.
Yes, we are. Jolly Ranchers
suck, dude.
Suck. They're
those
the worst.
Those are hard candy versus like crunchy. That's not crunchy.
If
that's
you
hard
bite
candy.
hard enough, it
hard
crunches.
candy sucks.
If you bite hard enough, it crunches.
Hard candy sucks.
Yes, like butterscotch.
Okay, the flavor's good.
Flavor's great, but if it was soft?
Yeah.
Imagine how much better that would be.
No, facts.
And like jelly beans, Mike and Ike, Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids are one of the best candies.
I agree.
Hands down.
Twizzlers are a soft candy. And I love them.
Yeah, Twizzlers are okay.
Licorice is a soft candy.
Licorice is a soft candy.
It's kind of its own thing. It's licorice.
It's kind of its own thing.
But it's chewy.
It is. Do you know licorice is a style of candy? Based on the candy made from the licorice root. Like black licorice.
Well, yeah.
But
then, I know they have like the
technically
Twizzlers
are also licorice because they're licorice style candy.
Okay.
It's like the consistency and how they package it. Yeah, but it's like because like the twist or whatever. But it's also like the consistency and how they make it.
Yeah.
And that's licorice.
Do you say licorice or licorice?
Licorice is the proper way to say it, but my mouth gets
you just say licorice.
Mouthy sometimes. I did.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. You like Are you a licorice Twizzler guy? Because they come in the black
They
black
do.
Twizzlers are licorice.
I had one.
Flavor.
It was kind of nasty.
Really?
I'm a black licorice guy.
I love black
You know
licorice. I love black licorice.
You know that.
Good and Plenty is one of the best candies.
Good and Plenty is a pretty
Once
good candy.
again, a chewy candy. That's a chewy candy.
I will say, black licorice flavor, besides black licorice, starts to get out of place.
No.
Here's
the thing. If you
the flavor just doesn't go everywhere.
If you eat too much of any black licorice, of course the flavor is ruined. You can only have it like for a certain amount of time before your taste buds start to like disappear.
Right.
So it doesn't really matter. Black licorice is delicious no matter what format it comes in.
Yes, it is.
And that's hence why I state Good and Plenty, one of the best candies. We should do a top 10.
We should.
A top
Take
10
over from Ty
of
honestly.
candies. Ty was wrong. Ty has been wrong every single top 10.
I think there was one where I was like, okay, he's got a point.
And then he ruined it.
Well, no, like one overall top 10 where I was like, okay, yeah, I disagree, but like only slightly. But other than that, he's had like one or two good calls, and then all the rest have been just trash.
Brother put Remember the Titans as his number 8 movie of all time.
That's a strong number 8.
Listen, that is a good movie, but it is not top 10 material.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like, how are you going to put Remember the Titans in there? When, like, okay, hot take. Some people might hate me for this. I think the entire Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy.
The first trilogy. Not
the
rest.
Three.
The first three,
The
right.
first three, we're talking, we call Crush the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End.
Right.
The first three. Beats most movies out there. I would say probably about 90% of movies out there, that trilogy beats. So, if you have 90% of movies, how are you going to put Remember the Titans in your top 10? Maybe an honorable mention in top 30. I give it maybe... I put it in the top 50, honorable mention, top 30. It belongs nowhere near the top 10. Remember the Titans doesn't. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
There are a lot of good movies, but for your top 10, you have to get great movies.
I don't think I'd ever put a sports movie in my top 10. Not gonna lie. I can't think of any off the top of my head that's movie? Like there's plenty of good sports movies.
A lot of sports movies are good, but
are they great?
But are they that top 10 material?
No, I don't think they are.
There are very few that would even come close. I mean, Coach Carter, maybe. I'd give that one probably 20 on top 20 for a sports movie.
Never seen it.
It's a good movie. Samuel L. Jackson, basketball coach. Good movie. But then you have movies like Django Unchained, Pirates of the Caribbean, some Star Wars movies. The latest trilogy doesn't count, and they do half the shows that came out on Disney. It's like The Mandalorian, and that's it. It's like The Mandalorian, and that's it.
Half is pushing
and maybe The Bad Batch, and that's it.
Okay, Clone Wars. As far as Star Wars,
like
TV shows go,
okay.
Clone Wars,
yeah,
Rebels, Bad Batch, Mandalorian.
I think that's it.
That's about it.
That's 4, and they released like 20. I hate Star Wars. Anyway, so many good movies.
You can't just say that. You have to say you hate Disney or Star Wars.
I hate Disney because Disney ruined Star Wars for me.
Okay, then say you hate Disney Star Wars.
They ruined Marvel for me.
They did.
Disney is I hate Disney.
I don't understand it either. Their business model is so dumb.
It doesn't even cater to kids anymore. It caters to stupid.
It caters to no one.
Nobody wants to
They're losing money.
They're losing so much. They could make it good. It
wouldn't cost them any more money to make it good, and then people would watch it and they'd get more money. But instead they make it bad, and it costs the same amount of money, and nobody pays the money, and so they get trash results. That's a terrible business model. Did you see Wish?
No, you know why?
Because it's gay.
Because it's not a good movie.
I didn't see Wish.
Me neither, but I heard.
Yeah,
but the fact that I didn't watch it probably means it was bad. If
Nah.
I didn't hear enough good things that make me say, "Hey, I want to watch this."
Yeah.
It wasn't really a good movie.
I see the ads in the trailer and I know it's a bad movie.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I don't want to watch it. I used to want to watch movies. Now I see a trailer and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
It,
The only trailers for movies I want to watch anymore
are
happen
like
when I'm in
indie
theaters.
films. Independent films that people make because they're not produced by the big corporations.
Yeah.
And they're like halfway decent.
Well,
sometimes.
the not even real indie films, but like the high production films from a nobody studio
Yeah.
who aren't owned by the monopolizing giant Disney.
Dude, Angel Studios actually has some good stuff out right now.
Yeah.
They're probably, I think they were like one of the third, fourth ninth highest revenue producing studio in the world. Last year? This year? Last year.
It makes sense. They've been banging out stuff while everybody else has been tanking because they got bought out by Disney.
Yeah.
Literally,
Disney's tanking because Disney sucks.
Name a mainstream movie studio or producing company that's not owned by Disney. Go.
It's Warner Brothers.
Nope, they got bought out.
Not by Disney.
Yeah, by Disney.
There's no way Warner Brothers is owned by Disney.
All their subsidiaries did anyway.
Subsidiaries, but it's always been Warner Bros. And Disney.
Yeah.
Disney's a little bit bigger, but they're nobody likes them, really.
Warner Bros. Doesn't make any movies anymore.
They
just tag their name on other stuff.
No, but they're the big production company behind it all. They own the things.
What do they own right now?
Pixar? No,
They don't own Pixar.
They own DreamWorks.
Not anymore.
You sure?
Disney bought them.
Disney
bought them.
Disney bought
Sony.
DreamWorks.
Disney bought DreamWorks. Disney bought Sony. Disney bought 20th Century Fox.
You sure?
Yeah, this is like 2019 era.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they bought them all out. Look it up. I already did this. I looked it up because I was like, I'm pretty sure Disney owns them now, and I looked it up, and they do.
Universal. Who owns Universal?
Did Disney buy DreamWorks, or does Disney?
No.
DreamWorks?
Universal is something, and they own...
Depends on how far up the chain.
No. They're owned by like NBC.
Who owns NBC?
Bruh. The Democratic Party. I'm just kidding.
Speaking of the Democrats, you know it's really bad when a couple weeks ago I was just happened to be online and I saw an article by CNN saying that Harris really needed to focus on old white women and young black women because that was her only hope of winning.
That's sad.
Yeah. And look where that turned out.
Politics are stupid.
Yeah.
I hate politics. I think they're the number one destructive cause of everything in America. Back to the fun topics.
Where were we?
Movies.
Disney.
Disney's terrible.
Corporate.
You know who's a spokesperson? Okay, sorry, side note. You know who's a spokesperson for Angel Studios now? Because I saw him in a commercial for advertising them. Matt Meese. From Studio C.
No, that makes sense because like they did a whole bunch of stuff. The JK Studios crew did something with Studios. Yeah,
didn't know that, but I saw him and I was like, "That's Matt. Why is he here?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yeah, no, that's cool.
He convinced me to try to buy stock, and then it wouldn't verify my identification because I'm not over 21, so I can't actually buy it anyway, or something like that. I don't know.
Stock market's confusing.
Market.
But anyway, I heard once, and it's not verifiable, and I'd never done my research, but it is something I would 100% believe,
which is
all companies in the world, if you trace the money trail up far enough, they're all owned by the same 5 companies.
I think you're thinking of the food industry, and it's owned by 6.
The food industry for sure. And that also goes for the pharma companies.
And you also might be talking about the main investors in certain companies, and there's like 3 or 4 of them is like
or at least majority share.
All I know is like BlackRock. They're a big investor.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. It's retarded.
Is the Illuminati real?
Yeah, but it's not what people think it is.
Is the Earth flat?
No. Are we just gonna bang out all the conspiracy theories? Did we land on the moon? Probably.
Should we dedicate an entire episode to conspiracy theories?
Probably.
Probably.
Let's.
We could talk about my mom's crazy.
Let's not talk about your mom. Let's talk about the ones that we believe. Anyway, what were we talking about? Movies, Disney, stock market.
Davy Jones was a good villain. He's one of my favorite villains.
100%. And yeah, no.
Why
he was a sympathetic villain that did a good job with before sympathetic villains got so big that everybody just started making trash sympathetic villains.
Yeah, because, like you said, sympathetic, because you could relate to. You felt kind of bad for, because he is doing what I feel like most people would do with that background in that position.
Mm-hmm. And I think the reason he's still good as a villain is because he's still a villain, though.
But he's not. But
he's a sympathetic villain. They didn't forget to add the villain part. He still does unquestionably evil things.
But he doesn't see himself as the villain.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
He knows he is, though.
Yes,
he knows he is.
But he's doing his job. What is his job? His job is to take the souls to the afterlife, to serve on the Dutchman until the time has come to be sent. Right? Or he said he.
No, those are the souls
that aren't ready to move on.
Yeah.
He takes the souls that are ready to go. He sends them down to the locker. The other ones serve on the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's doing his job. Along comes a dude who owes him a debt, right?
First along comes a dude who asks him for a favor.
He does the favor in exchange that in 13 years he gets his soul on the ship, right? So Jack Sparrow trying to cheat him. Now keep in mind, Davy Jones is still doing everything he's supposed to do. He's made an agreement. He's asking someone to honor their end of agreement. Hang on. And then someone continues by trying to steal his heart and key. So people have cheated him, are trying to steal his stuff. He has every right to be mad and want their head.
Yeah.
I really don't see where he necessarily went wrong, besides the fact that Jack Sparrow is charismatic and he spends more time on screen. And he says, I have a jar of dirt in many times.
I've got a jar of dirt.
I got a jar of dirt. And
guess what's inside it?
Falls off the cliff. Good man. But I'm just saying, Davy Jones,
well,
maybe not that bad of a guy.
He's not that bad of a guy, but he's still a villain because he's the force of nature. He's the force of nature type of villain. You know what I mean? Where like he's not bad. He just is what he is, and it's
adverse to what the main characters want. That's what makes him the villain. What if the movie was about Davy Jones? Jack Sparrow would be the villain.
Right. However, it's not. And also, the thing that Davy represents is death. That's like his whole deal, right?
That's his deal.
And so he's set up to be a villain. Yes,
but
if
what
the movie
makes
had played
him
differently,
a
they could have.
Villain?
What makes him a villain is that he is a protagonist of the entirety of human life.
That doesn't make him a villain.
No, it doesn't. It makes him the protagonist.
That makes him adverse to human nature. That doesn't make him a villain.
No, not necessarily, but he is the villain.
If he represents death, and that's a part of every single person's life,
but
right? That's the end of their life.
Nobody likes death.
Nobody likes death, but it's a part of the entirety.
Okay, is Death in Puss in Boots? Is he a villain?
No, but by movie definition, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you going by movie definition?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. By literary or movie, you want to say definition.
Yeah.
Davy Jones is a good, sympathetic villain.
Sure, because the death in Puss in Boots was representative of his own fear.
Right. It was death straight up.
It was. I still have trouble accepting that line.
I know. I know.
You know, he tried to own it, but I don't like it.
He did.
He owned it, but it didn't feel right.
It only made it
right.
Yeah.
Can't say I am dead straight up. It's like, dude, skibbity. Say something Gen
Not
Alpha
literally.
grossness.
I mean, not figuratively or ironically or in any other fancy way. I am death. straight up.
Okay,
That's just
but it
nah.
ruined it because he says, not metaphorically or whatever. I am death. That's great. Straight up is not great.
No,
It's meh.
not in an accent from an adult
Yes.
as a villain. Nah,
Maybe I'm trying to convey it to kids. He's a good villain though.
it's like that. What's his face? Is it Fred Armisen?
From
I don't remember what movie it is, but he's in like a red hoodie and a baseball hat that's backwards, and he's got a skateboard on his shoulder, and he's like, "What's up, fellow kids?" That's like what the meme's from.
Oh yeah. Know that actor. I don't know the movie.
That's what it feels like anytime an adult.
Scooty Hawk 2, fellow Giga Chads, Risen Hard or
Moggin barely. I don't know.
Moggin Hard or Harley Risen. That's what it was.
Yeah,
That was terrible. I hate that.
I hate brain rot.
You hate what?
Brain rot?
Brain rot? What's brain rot?
It rots my brains.
Okay. Me too.
That's the literal. That's the thing I don't get. It's the literal definition for that slang. Is brain rot, and the meme content and everything is just brain rot. Now we're sounding old.
Yeah, we are old. Nah,
Yeah,
he's like we're old. Diddy Party, all that stuff. Anyway, I feel like Davy Jones is in my villains list. Top 3 at least. He has an argument for number 1.
I mean, honestly, who else would be up there?
Who else would be up there? I feel like all animated villains are allowed. Any movie villain is allowed. No show villains. That's an entirely different list.
Show villains though are always so much more complicated
Because they have time to build them.
yeah, but they're I don't know, recently anyway. I always feel like they're just trying to make a villain that we feel bad for.
No. We need a good old Liam Neeson villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone we love to hate. Someone who, when they die, you're like, yes.
Yeah, we do. Someone needs to bring that back.
Like a John Wick villain.
Yeah.
You know
no
what I
one
mean?
cares. Faceless, nameless, shoot him in the face.
Someone, or maybe they develop him enough that you really start to hate the guy.
Yeah.
And then you
can we have a villain for villain's sake?
Can we have like an Inglourious Bastards villain?
Yeah.
Like a Hans Landa?
Yeah.
Dude, they did such a great job making him this horrible guy. And then having such just desserts served to him.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. I was totally expecting what's his face just kill him.
He did something worse.
I
think he just
yes and no.
No, he did, because it's like a prison sentence. You got to live out the rest of your life with everybody knowing who you are and what you've done. That's worse.
No, fair.
But that's crazy. You'll be hanged for this. More like chewed out. I've been chewed out before. What a great line.
Yeah.
I like Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin has got, except for his weird obsession with feet.
He's weird. Salma Hayek's feet did not deserve that treatment. But dude, his writing style, like in Pulp Fiction, when they're just, like, it's 2 guys going around basically killing people and hiding bodies, and they're just having casual work talk conversations. At one point, the dude's freaking out in the back seat, and the guy turns around, he's pointing a gun at him, and he accidentally pulls the trigger and kills the guy. He's like, "Oh man, I shot Marvin in the face." It's like, "You just shot Marvin in the face? I slipped. The trigger was, you're swerving all over the place." "I was not swerving, motherfucker." Like, the whole thing.
Quentin Tarantino, I will say,
It's good dialogue.
He's gotten better than his original films, like Pulp Fiction and stuff like that.
I feel like that's one of their best ones.
I feel like his newer stuff is better.
Maybe Django Unchained, but that was like 2013, 2015, something.
Or even like
Glorious Bastards was good.
Yeah, but that's newer. That's like 2009 or something, right? That's not 90s.
Yeah, no, it is newer, but like,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But like The Hateful Eight wasn't that good. It was good, but it wasn't that good.
No, but I like that style better. Maybe I'm just averse to 90s movies.
Did you ever watch Pulp Fiction?
No.
Watch Pulp Fiction.
I'm going to eventually. It's on the list of classics
you have
that I gotta
so
get
many
around
movies
to.
on the list.
Okay, yeah. And
what do you want right now?
Scarface.
Scarface. And which ones have you watched?
That's about it.
Okay. But
no, I've seen like Forrest Gump. And
Forrest Gump was a good movie.
Forrest Gump was a good movie.
You've watched all the Rocky films?
Most of them, not the new one.
Okay, you watched all the Rambo films?
Yes.
Those are
Except
all
for the new one.
But those are all 80s and 90s movies.
Yeah.
So you do like those movies? To a certain degree, because I thought you liked those.
Certain degree. It depends on the movie.
Okay. And you have, like, there are good movies from the 80s and 90s. For
yeah.
sure. Dude, Goonies? You watched Goonies?
No.
We gotta watch Goonies, man. Goonies is such a good movie.
I like how we always circle back to movies.
Why?
Good question.
Because they're awesome.
But we did start on childhood memories.
This is a kind of.
You never said your best childhood memory.
My best childhood memory? Okay, I have a couple. So one of them was the winter. I think we just had all the people over for a day, and we went sledding. Wintertime. Sun was shining, but it was still cold enough that like the hill was packed. Like the day before,
right?
Here,
yeah.
And the day before, we had gone down a couple times, made 2 big runs. We made 2 big torpedo runs.
I remember that,
dude. We got moving. People were going down head first. That was the day I went down the torpedo sled and I hit the telephone pole with my legs open. And I got crunched. Oh, man. I had to go inside. About that. But that was still one of the best days of my life. Dude, I almost made it to the... Remember you used to coast... You got fast enough. You used to coast down the bottom. And you used to have to bail before you hit the street.
Yeah.
Because it went too far. I had to bail a couple times. And that was like, whoa, I made it so far. And then you sprint yourself up the hill through the snow. You're super tired by the time you get to the top. You're sweating in all the snow stuff as a kid. But then you go down again, and it's all worth it. And you do it till you can't move.
Yep.
And then we went inside, and Mom had made hot chocolate. And we all just had...
Your mom's hot chocolate is probably the best I've ever had.
She made the home stuff.
Yeah.
The homemade stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, she used to... Oh, it was good.
It was good.
It was good. And then we we just hung out. It was a good day. It was a good day. I think one of those times, this was actually funny. I have always cared really deeply for people around me that I like. I just never understood why. I never understood. Okay, this is a feeling you get when you are loyal to people, or I would express it as love, but like Philadelphia, brotherly love.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know that. So I was like, yo, Seth, Nate, meet me at the treehouse. We go to the treehouse. And I was like, guys, I really like you guys. It felt like a horrible high school love confession. Do you remember this?
No.
Oh, dude, it was. It's one of my best.
Sorry, I don't. But
no,
I don't.
It's okay. It didn't stand out. I was like, dude, I really care about you guys. I was like, just telling you the whole thing, and he was like, cool. Can we go sledding now? I was like, oh, yeah. But
I was really good as a kid at crushing other kids' dreams.
It wasn't even your fault. You had no reason to sit there and be like, I understand what you mean. How could you know? I didn't know.
Fair enough.
And I was like, yeah, we should go sledding. And we went sledding. It was cool.
I still crushed a lot of kids' dreams as a kid.
You crushed people's dreams?
I did.
What did you do?
So when I was 4, apparently, I don't remember this. I remember this, but I've been told this story enough times that by enough different people that it probably is true. And Abigail will never let me forget it, even though she doesn't remember either. She's just going off of hearsay too. So allegedly, when I was 4,
you're a dream crusher.
Allegedly, when I was 4, Abigail's birthday rolled around, and she's like, Nate, guess what? I'm 4, just like you. And I looked her dead in the eyes and said, I'm 4.5.
I'm 4.5.
So, I mean,
dude,
I don't think I should be held accountable for that anymore.
I'm 4.5.
That's probably how I said it too.
Yeah, dude, super condescending. You are nothing to me, peasants. That's so mean.
4 Only
Four.
4?
I'm 4.5.
I'm 4.5.
Dude. That's so great. Abby, I'm giving you a hard time from that one.
Go for it, because she won't let me forget that. So now you can't let her forget that.
I won't. Megan still can't get over the fact that she's my age for 2 weeks ish.
Yeah.
And then she's back down to 50 weeks younger than me. Guess what, Megan?
You know what? Abigail's still older than me as well.
What?
That one summer she was taller than me by a little bit.
Oh, you were shorter than. How was that even possible?
She hit her growth spurt.
How were you shorter than Abigail?
She hit her growth spurt over the winter. I hit my growth spurt the next summer.
She's the shortest person I know.
That's not even true.
What like fully grown person is shorter than her that we know?
Mom.
She doesn't count.
Grandma.
She doesn't count. Your family's full of midgets, okay? I don't know what to tell you.
Auntie Christine.
That again, it's like
okay, so somebody else besides her.
Females of the Hunter clan, except for Auntie Kitty, because she's taller.
Okay, so someone besides a hunter that's shorter than Abigail.
Yes, let's say it.
Fully grown.
Yeah.
There's got to be. Abigail's not that short.
She's what, 5'2", 5?
Is she taller than Josie?
No. Josie's 5'5".
Josie's not 5'5".
She's 5'5".
No, there's no way.
She is.
She's not 5'5".
I measured because I wanted to make sure. She's 5'5". Makari is like 5'6" and a half.
How much do you lie in your driver's license?
I didn't at all. I'm 6'1".
I don't remember.
I don't have to lie. I don't have to lie. I'm
yeah.
actually 6'1".
I don't remember if I lied or not.
Did you lie in your? What'd you put on?
No,
yours?
I put 5'9". I put 5'9". We're good. I lied at the time.
What were you at the time?
I was like 5'8".
Okay, 5'9".
I was 5'9" with shoes on at 16.
5. You're what? 5'10".
I'm 5'9". You're 5'9" change, barefoot.
It sounds better to put it in double digits. 5'10".
I'm 5'10" with shoes on for sure.
5'10" with boots on.
5'10". I'm probably 5'11" with boots.
Maybe 5'11". That's basically 6 foot.
6 foot. I'm 6 foot.
I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot.
6 foot. Everybody thinks you're lying, so you got to round up to 6'1". I'm 6'1".
I'm
the same height as you.
But I'm actually 6'1".
Yeah.
Maybe I'm 6 foot, but the hair. It's
the
poofy.
Hair. Tortoise.
The height thing, dude. Yeah. Yup. It's crazy, dude.
Let's say we end this one here.
Oh, sounds good. Do we do an outro?
You did the outro. I did the intro. Do an outro.
I can't scream right now because of my throat.
Don't scream.
I was gonna scream.
No, I have to edit the cutting. I have to edit the clips. Just outro. Go.
Are we gonna leave all this in?
We're leaving all this in.
Sweet. This is the outro.
Good enough.